No stranger, shall we say, to the difficulties of getting member states to compromise. He's in our Brussels bureau. Darren, first of all, how difficult is it, given the different priorities that each individual leader has at home, to come up with an agreement on this?
It's extremely difficult, Gavin, and in fact you've also not alluded to the fourth part of that jigsaw puzzle that needs to be filled in tomorrow, and that is actually at the core of what you're describing, and that is what is being described in Brussels as the future institutionalisation, is what it's being called, of the Eurozone. And that is actually what the markets are also looking for. They're looking for more certainty going forward in how the Eurozone makes its decisions, and then on a more broader note, how the European Union can make those decisions. It's about streamlining that process and convincing the markets that European Union leaders are together, they are have the answers going forward. So there are four, in fact, aspects to be decided tomorrow here in Brussels, and as it stands, it's looking very doubtful, certainly if we're looking for the devil in the detail, that we will have any of those details that the markets want by the end of the day tomorrow at around midnight tomorrow night, when everything is supposed to be concluded.
And so, to put it bluntly, if you are Angela Merkel in Germany with a government which depends upon all kinds of factors coming together, you know what popular opinion is saying. If you're going to have this stage 4, making sure it doesn't happen again, you're going to need Silvio Berlusconi to get his act together in Italy, so you can say to your own voters, look, they're all tackling this. And that in itself is very difficult.
Yes, because what we've seen really since Sunday, we've had it with David Cameron, of course, and Nicolas Sarkozy, but we've had it now with Silvio Berlusconi, where you have a number of leaders right across the board basically telling each other, stop telling us what to do. Now, you know, it's basically they can't have their cake and eat it. I mean, they have to unite. They have to decide, are they in or are they out when it comes to, first of all, the European Union, and secondly, to running the Eurozone. And that essentially is where we're at tonight. It seems to be a lot of disharmony between the major capitals. There's a lot of disagreement about where they go tomorrow, and also how far they should go tomorrow. And on top of that, you have the various personalities. You know, I can tell you from my experience and from my knowledge that, you know, relationships between Angela Merkel and Silvio Berlusconi have never been good anyway. So you have all these competing differences among the capitals, and it's going to be very difficult tomorrow to see a way out of it.
Darren, just briefly, if I may, and you can be as brutal as you like, in all of this, does Britain count for very much?
I think Britain counts a lot in this. In fact, I was personally, I was quite impressed by David Cameron yesterday. I think he's probably been the most honest of the EU leaders over the last number of weeks. He may not be very popular with his own backbenchers and some of the Eurosceptics in London, and indeed he may have fell out with Nicolas Sarkozy, but he certainly seems to be one leader that seems to know where, or at least see where he wants to go. Now, whether he will actually achieve what he wants to achieve tomorrow in Brussels, we'll have to wait and see. In my view, he's been playing a very clever stand back and see, and maybe wait and see what happens in the Eurozone, and can the Eurozone sort itself out first and foremost. And then secondly, he'll be watching to see just how far the Germans will push this so-called institutionalisation of the Eurozone. Will it mean crossing some of those red lines that he has outlined, such as taxation, financial transactions, etc., that Britain will not want the Eurozone to plough ahead?